first, it starts off sweet, and then you feel your tongue like slowly like, like yeah.
This looks so good. So good. Is it for real good?
Yeah, of course. Hey, it's César with the Food52 Test Kitchen. This is Recipe Drop, and today I'm with my friend, Holly Ong. Holly, what are we making?
We're making Singapore chili crab using the sambal that we made in Portland, Oregon.
Ooh.
Yummy.
Let's cook it. So do we start with least favorite part?
Well, no, it's not least. They're going to crab heaven,
Okay.
so it's a good place for them because we are going to enjoy that. When we buy crabs, we want to make sure they're really wriggling, and then make sure that this is nice and hard. So when you can, try to ask the uncle when you're buying it, can you just feel the legs to make sure that it's not hollow and empty?
Got it.
Because hollow and empty means there's not a lot of meat on it, so it's not very nice. Yeah, and I like to cook my crabs by steaming them.
7-minute timer. What do you say, like 2-3 inches of water in there?
Yeah, just a little bit. So I actually save that water as well because a lot of time the extra umami will go there, like instant stock, right?
Right.
Because that you need a little bit more liquid when you're cooking this and it gets a bit dry. Sometimes you want it a little bit more runny. You can use that. But we're gonna have, I call it crab water. When we break apart the crabs, there'll be water coming out. We don't throw that water away.
No, that's the gold.
Yes, it's all umami, instant umami in there. So we can run through the ingredients we need. Ingredient list is very short, it's not very hard. The most important thing is sambal, because Singapore chili crab is always about the sambal and the tomato. So it's nice, it's spicy, it's umami, it's a bit of sweet. It's great to eat with bread. We also like to have it with crispy fried mantos, which is the Chinese bread. But baguettes is also a nice way to do it. It's something that we do because, you know, Singapore's a colony, so we have bread, we have Chinese bread, we have Indian bread.
A lot of influences.
Different. We have people who eat it with crispy noodles as well, so that's possible.
That sounds good
yeah,
too.
because essentially think of it as a umami fried like spaghetti sauce that's way souped up, and it's got eggs in it, so it's really nice to eat.
Yeah.
So that's what we're making. So essentially what we need is very good sambal, which I make. So I know it's good.
Wait, this is your sambal?
Yeah. This Singaporean style is my mom's recipe. We make it in Portland, Oregon. Don't let the Italians know this, but I like to stir a bit into pomodoro or puttanesca.
Listen, I love pissing off the Italians. Unapologetically. Love you guys, but...
But there's a lot of flavor in it, instant marinade. Yeah, so it takes...
That's sweet too.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
So there's flavor
Oh, it's getting me. There it is.
This one, I think a lot of times it's the caramelization. When we're cooking, we don't have time to let the natural caramelization of onion sugars work, right? Because it takes hours to make this, right? But once you have it, you can cook very quickly. It's like the shortcut to umami. And this is vegetarian, vegan actually. So a lot of the vegan customers, or my friends, they like to cook with it. So it's like a base.
I would have thought there was probably like some fermented fish in there.
No, we have another one that has fermented fish, and that's the one that the red one that we'll eat with coconut rice back home. We can do a taste of it later.
I love coconut.
So we have, you can choose to skin, or you can choose to not skin. When we do this one, we always wash it because there's a lot of dirt on it. This is for the sauce. So the start of it is always flavoring it a little bit. Singapore's multicultural, so we always like to mix a little bit.
Totally.
So this dish apparently was created in Roland out in East Coast. There's a little restaurant. That's where I grew up, where there's a lot of seafood restaurants. These are aromatics that we would use. Like the traditional Chinese, we always like to use ginger when we cook seafood. It's optional, we don't have to do it. And you just kind of lightly slice it up as well. I like to fry this till it's a little bit brown on the edges for the oil to infuse before we add on the other stuff.
I feel like ginger, garlic, and like green onion is like the Asian like mirepoix, Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity. Yeah. So my ratio essentially when cooking crabs is 1 crab, 1 bottle of sambal because it adds all that flavor. But if you don't like it too spicy, you can just do half. I do it. Let's check on the crabs as well.
We're at 1 minute, 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's nice and red now.
And you said just cold water?
Yeah, just cold water. I mean, we can do ice, but it's fine. We're going to cook it so fast.
So at this point, at that 7-minute mark, they're not fully cooked,
They're
right?
not fully cooked. It's pretty much to make sure they don't wriggle around when you're trying to break them apart. But it also helps with the cooking process because it kind of makes it's just easier to clean and everything. So that's what we have left. We're going to keep that.
So that's good stuff.
Yeah, so don't throw it out. Yeah, so the wriggly parts in there, you don't want that. That's guts.
Yeah.
In Singapore, we get mud crabs, so they get very dirty because there's a lot of mud. So usually we're cleaning a lot. So this is okay. You just have to clean it a little bit and it's good. So usually I like to take the legs off first because that's the easiest part. When you twist it, you don't want to pull. So you turn it when you twist it so that the meat doesn't, that you don't yanking out all the meat.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you're turning it, right? And then you can see that's dribbling. You don't want to throw that out. We want all of that. And then when you get this, same thing, you crack it in half. Because the other thing we want is for this to get coated with the sauce so that you can lick them. And then if I have, like if sometimes I have crackers, I will crack this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all you need to do. You break it. You can see it's not fully cooked. It's still a bit translucent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want that to be opaque when we're cooking it. To clean this, so usually this is all the parts you don't want to eat anyway. So you're putting your thumb in there, and then you're pulling it, and you're separating the head from the body essentially. And you do a wriggle, because that part, we love to eat it.
Which part?
This part here, that's right under the gills. It's full of cholesterol, but it's really good. So we call it crab butter.
Crab butter, yeah.
Yeah, and this is kind of the mouth, so it's not very pretty. Some restaurants clean it off, some people don't, but I kind of like to cut it away because it's not very appetizing in general. Okay, and then with this one, all these gills,
Gills are bad.
yeah, they're no good. So we cut them all off. And then we cut it literally in half. Okay, then that's the funny part. This white stuff, we don't want it. Yeah, because that's like weird stuff.
Do you want this darker stuff?
The black stuff? Yeah, we want the black stuff because that's part of this thing too. So in a normal, if this was female, that is all raw.
I see.
Yeah, but they don't sell female Dungeness for sustainability
Purposes.
things. Yeah.
Got it.
And then see, still transparent, right? Translucent. It's going to be opaque.
And there's a lot of meat in the body.
Yeah, so this is a good crab. Okay, so we kind of done one. So essentially, when we think about the crab that we just broke up, right? We have the body, which is 4 of it. There's 4 pieces there. And then we have the head, right? And then we have the legs. You don't actually get a lot of the meat, but it's all that
It's more about the flavor that it
umami that
gives.
goes
Yeah.
into the sauce. That really
That's how I feel about crab too. It's like, it's the overall flavor. I feel like whatever little bits of meat you do get, like that's bonus. So we are ready to fire crab.
Yeah.
What do you want this on? High heat?
High heat. It has, usually I cook on like the highest possible setting, especially with this because you want the heat and the speed of it when you're cooking as well.
So definitely preheat your pan for a few.
I do the cold wok method where it's not so scary, especially at home. So you can put in your aromatics and then you do, actually I do garlic last, but then we can do the ginger because it's an easier way to cook without,
Got it.
right? Is that the oil?
That's olive oil.
I mean, it's okay.
So good amount of oil.
That's maybe like 5 tablespoons. You can put less if you're using a non-stick, but this one I want to have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we just let it cook.
Let it do its thing.
Yeah. Okay, so you see that's kind of like getting a bit brown.
Yep.
Right? Do you want to kind of cut this up into like wedges?
Ooh, this knife is sharp.
Yeah, the knife is nice and sharp. Okay, this is when the miracle.
Oh, the magic's about to happen. Ooh,
I pretty much use up the whole thing.
that smells so good.
Yeah. So I put in a bit of this.
That's the Shaoxing.
Shaoxing a little bit. You don't need a lot.
And what does Shaoxing do?
Kind of deglazes, but it has sugar in it, so it also helps add a little bit more flavor.
A little sweetness.
Yeah, and then for this one, we're going to do the whole can.
So why do you use fresh tomato and canned tomato?
Because fresh tomatoes have a little bit more body, so that's also a nice contrast. Yeah, so when this one I use it for the sauce, like to add to make the sauce essentially. Then because I like to eat tomatoes,
Yeah.
and then so that there's still some chunks that's harder, like
Yeah.
more firm to
Just the
eat.
contrasting
Yeah,
textures.
else everything becomes mush.
Mush, yep.
Yeah, and let's do crab. Well, whichever one. Let's do them one. Okay. We think we can fit 2.
Okay, so covered, and then
Cover. And leave it on high. It goes about maybe like 2-3 minutes, but it depends on the heat, right? Because a lot of times with this one, we're cooking very high heat. I will use this one, the bigger one.
Yeah.
But on this one, like maybe I sing myself a happy birthday song and I check that. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me.
you could do 1 Mississippi, 2
To
Mississippi.
Yeah. So
these are last, final.
yeah, so it's like I like a little bit of white pepper, and the sugar I have on standby. Sometimes you just need that little bit.
Yeah.
And then we do white vinegar. Like you can do. I've done apple cider. It works too. It's just that you want a little bit more acidity in that you have, because it can get spicy. So see that it went from translucent, now it's opaque, and that's pretty much. And this is the main gauge we want, which is the body. You can't tell the legs because it's all encased up. But with this one, you can see that it's cooked, right? So we're pretty much good to roll.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's super fast.
Yeah, because it's a seafood. That's why I'm like, okay, can you cook this with cooked crabs? Because generally in the supermarkets here, it's always the cooked crabs. You can, you just won't get a lot of the...
You miss out on so much of the juices and the flavor.
And the fun.
And the fun.
Let's taste first before we put in the egg. Spicy?
You got me right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I will put a bit of sugar just to tone it down. And then you like to use, like, you can use dark, you can use light. And
Brown sugar.
Yeah, brown. Just a touch of the white pepper for that flavor. And a little bit more of this. So this one is
rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar. So I want it a little bit more acidic. So it's a, because this is a very rich sauce, you don't want to have it too sweet. So we add in a little bit of that. Okay, so when doing that, you just like making the egg drop, and then resist the urge to stir. We want it to kind of set without setting.
So when would you eat this? Is this like a lunch? Is this like dinner time?
Usually we have crabs back home growing up. This is always a special occasion meal. When visitors come and visit, we go eat Singapore chili crab. Yeah. So you can see now it's kind of there.
That's starting to set, yeah.
Good. Okay, now we can plate. What were the fancy? Which one was it?
Well, you picked this one out.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
That really took no time at all.
No, that's why I'm like, we can cook this really quickly and it'll be done. I have a flight to catch.
You got places to be.
Oh, going back to Poland.
And you're gonna go over the head
Yeah,
too?
we're gonna go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
This is so like impressive.
It's not hard to make, right?
It's not.
Yeah, but a lot of it is really getting the right ingredients, and then once you have it, like, actually New York has a lot of fresh seafood too. You just need to know where to go get them.
Yeah, I mean New York,
Yeah.
we have everything here. It's
Yes.
just people get intimidated.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. I will admit that. And then you can use cilantro, but I found Chinese parsley, which is not always available. So it's a nice one to add because it adds nice flavor.
Wait, I don't know if I've ever had it. I thought this was cilantro.
No, it's Chinese parsley. So we use this, we make omelette with this one. It's nice. It's got a celery kind of taste.
So talk to me about these. What's up with this?
So usually back home we like to eat them with deep fried mantos, right? Which is kind of like these things are. And usually I buy, just make sure you buy the ones without filling in it. So this one is a plain one. And this one I'm very excited because I haven't seen it here before, but it's coconut version. So hopefully
I'm excited
it's a
too.
coconut version.
You guys know I
So
like my
it's like
coconut.
outside it's crunchy, inside it's
Ooh.
soft, and you dip it in the sauce. It's really
And we have some sliced baguette just
Yeah.
warming up in the oven, right?
Yeah, so it used to be you can eat it with baguettes, but these days it's fashionable to have it with the mantos that you are having here. And the baguette thing is like, you know, Singapore's the ex-colony, so we kind of have a fusion
That's
of
right.
the bread.
Decolonize yourselves.
I like using cast iron to deep fry because you don't need a lot of space, it's smaller, and you don't have to use so much oil. Yeah, and it's got the high sides, and it retains the heat really well.
Safer.
Yeah. Hey Siri, set the timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, counting down.
Oh, you got a British man. Mine is a black woman. Yeah. 5 minute timer.
Sorry, I don't understand.
She said.
Two ways we're gonna try. We're eating it. One of is back home we like to use the crispy fried mantou. They call it the golden pillows actually when it comes with the rest on the menu.
I'm all for the golden pillows.
But I also like to eat it with baguettes. It's a nice way to eat it as well.
This looks so good. So good. Is it for real good?
Yeah.
It's all that crunchy. You hear that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you do
Look
that.
at that pillow.
Cheers.
Cheers. I just a little dipped in
Yeah, I
salt.
dip it in the sauce and soppy. And it goes nice and soak up. Yeah, I like it with a little bit of egg and stuff. And then.
That's so fucking good.
I'm glad you like it.
That's really good. Let's try with the baguette.
It's a nice one to eat. I mean, when you're on the beach or something and cooking it, you don't need a lot of stuff, right? You have crab, you have egg, you have sambal and tomato sauce.
I think I got a little crab meat too. Holly, I had so much fun cooking with you. Thank you for coming in and cooking with me. I think this is probably the most fun I've had shooting this so far. Where can people find more of you?
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun being in the Food52 kitchen cooking with you, Chef. So Sibeiho, you can find us online. We're also available in New York in Murray's cheese. There's 3 sambals. You don't have to. I don't encourage you to buy all 3 at the same time, but it helps give you a nice profile, an idea of what all 3 of them taste like.
Sweet. I loved it. You can find the recipe down below. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.
See you later.